This is my partner in crime, my 2003 Jeep Rubicon, painted a nice navy blue. It's my buddy and all the adventures I go on. So when I first got the car, somebody had it that was trying to sport it up and make it whatever. So it actually originally had chrome bumpers and had all kinds of fun gadgets and things on it. You can still see have these chrome hood latches that he had put on there, and there were H3 Hummer bumpers on the side of it and everything. I don't know why he put all that stuff on it, but anyways. One of the fun things about having a Jeep is that they ride a little bit rough. They kind of got a personality to them. One of my favorite things about this Jeep is that you can't open the front door unless you know the super secret method, which is put your knee into the door, you can open it. So it's fun because nobody knows how to do it but me. But it's not like you need to lock a Jeep anyways because the windows are plastic and zip up. So, come around to the back of the Jeep. Got my old friend, American flag on the back, classic American standard car. And yeah, been on many adventures, had this Jeep for quite a few years now, put quite a few miles on it, a lot of fun to ride in. Would you like to go for a ride? Just take a spin really quick. Give you the experience of riding in a Jeep. It's fun having a soft top on it because I can put the windows down or I can put the whole roof down, anything like that. So you can feel the wind in your face, which I like. It feels like there's an element of like you're kind of in nature a little bit while you're driving. You feel closer to the elements and whatnot. So I love the Jeep. A lot of people don't like it because it rides rough and stuff, but I really enjoy it. So when I first got the Jeep, my dad had found it in New Mexico, and it was that guy that had put all the chrome and stuff on it, and he'd had it for quite a few years but hadn't driven it much. So even though the car was 17 years old, it only had like 60,000 miles on it. Super nice deal. My dad bought it because he thought he'd want it for a second vehicle, and then he didn't like driving it. But I was visiting him. I was in town for a month. I was doing an internship that was in Austin, which is where he's from, and so I was staying with him while I was doing the internship. And so he let me drive it for the month, drive it just to and from work every day and stuff like that. And by the end of the month, I loved it, and he said I could take it back with me. So we worked out a deal, got the payment plan figured out and stuff like that. And then I brought the Jeep home, and we went and had it for, let's see, it was about 3 years ago. And the first night I got the Jeep, I drove it. It was 3.5 hours from Austin to Denton, and 3.5 hours on the highway, and something that shakes and rattles and makes a lot of noise while you're driving is just, it's a lot. It's a heck of an experience. So,
do you have a singular wild story or any specific stories that stand out in your time with the Jeep?
oh man, well, yeah, there are fun stories and there are not so fun stories. So I was shooting a film in South Texas, and it was about a 5-hour drive. And so I would go down there on the weekends when I didn't have classes. And when we were shooting the film, it was these super long days. It was like 12-hour days, 15-hour days. And there was one time when I was driving the Jeep back home, we'd had a 17-hour day, something like that. And I got in the Jeep, and like I said, you kind of feel like you're more exposed to the elements. It was super windy. It was so freaking windy that the Jeep was shaking and rattling so much while I was driving it that by the time I got out, it actually felt like the Jeep had beaten me up by the time I got out of the car because it was shaking and rattling so bad. And so the Jeep was being thrown around, and then I would hit the side or do whatever. And it was a mess. So certainly a unique car to drive because, you know, everything, all most modern cars that come out are made to be sleek. They're made to drive really well. They're made to be super comfortable, whatever. And this just feels very rugged, very close to the road, and it's maybe not great on the back, but it's great for adventures. So.